I am going to install Laravel now, which is a very popular PHP framework. In this framework, I am going to write our to-do list application. To install Laravel on our computer, we need, of course, a server. I work on Linux in the Ubuntu version, but if you work on Windows, you can install a tool like XAMPP or WAMP, which emulates the server with the necessary libraries. In addition, we will need a tool like Composer. This is a tool for downloading various PHP libraries from the internet that are needed in our project. This is the instruction of Composer installation. That is, 4 lines of code must be executed one by one. After that, we will have composer.far file, and this is the composer which we will install the Laravel with. This is obviously one of the installation methods, but it can be also installed globally, but I will not talk about it now. So now I will go to the Laravel installation with Composer. Before I do so, of course, we have to open the console on the folder in which we want to install Laravel, and it is advisable to do such a command to update the Composer tool. And when we have this, we will install Laravel with the following command. This is the name of our application. We click Enter and we have to wait a while for the application to be installed. The installation has finished, so now I am going to go to the installed application. I have to go to the public folder because here the server is gonna look. And I immediately see some errors that are caused by incorrect access settings to some folders. First of all, we need to set recursively write permissions for Bootstrap cache folder, and storage folder. Of course, I'm gonna do it in a simplified way. And now, after the main sign is refreshed, it works. We see the start screen of Laravel application. So first of all, I'm going to set the access parameters to the database. I'm gonna use MySQL, and I have already in my database a database called test. My password is root and so the username. And when we have set the access parameters to the database, we can create the first table called tasks. This command will create a migration for us, which is definition of our table in the database. And here we are. This is the code that is gonna create the database table for us so that we do not have to manually create it in tools such as PHPMyAdmin. In most of the tables, we have columns like ID. So I'm going to keep it. This is, as you may know, primary key and auto increment column. Columns in Laravel migrations we create exactly in this way, by writing methods that are indicating column types in the database. In the case of our application, we need a column for storing the task content. It is going to be varchar type, which in Laravel is represented by string method. One more column will be useful in the database, which is Boolean column called status, which, as name suggests, stores the status of our task, done or undone. In the methods chain, we have the default method available which stores default status of a task. Of course, the default status is false, because when we add a task, it is not done at the beginning. When I have migrations done, it is time to apply this to the database, what we do with the following command. This command removed all tables and created tables from the beginning. We see that we have an empty tasks table ready to be filled. In the next lesson, I am going to take care of the template that I created in the previous lesson. I am going to separate out of this template a common part for all views. A common element for all views is, for example, the head section of the HTML document. In the next lesson, I am also going to create routing for our application, which is a handler of clicking links.